FTS.
FTS go. Prop.
Go. ABI.
ABI's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Good evening and welcome to our webcast for the Transporter-13 mission. Falcon 9 is currently scheduled to lift off just under 12 minutes from now from Space Launch Complex 4 East at Vandenberg Space Force Base, which is only a few hours north from us here in Hawthorne, California. Hello everyone and thanks for tuning in. My name is Zachary Lupin and I'm an avionics supply chain engineer here at SpaceX.
And I am Tyler Lionquist, an analyst for Starlink. Before we get started, today marks the 23rd year since SpaceX was founded, and we want to wish everyone here a happy anniversary. This team has accomplished world-changing feats in pursuit of making humanity multiplanetary and creating a future to get excited about, and there's so much more to come. And today we are thrilled to be sending 74 payloads to orbit, including CubeSats, microsats, hosted payloads, a re-entry capsule, and an orbital transfer vehicle, carrying 11 of those payloads, which will be deployed at a later time. All spacecraft will separate from the second stage across 47 deployment events, scheduled to start around T+54 minutes, and conclude about 2 hours and 22 minutes after liftoff.
Now, this launch marks our 15th dedicated small-sat rideshare program launch between our Transporter and Bandwagon missions. To date, SpaceX has launched more than 1,200 payloads to orbit for more than 130 customers across our entire rideshare program. And these payloads have been quite varied, ranging from Earth imaging satellites to spacecraft headed for the moon. If you're interested in tonight's payloads, we have a full list of them available at spacex.com/launches.
We are currently working towards a liftoff of 11:43 p.m. Pacific time. If needed, there is a backup launch opportunity tomorrow at 11:39 p.m. Pacific time. But right now, the weather is currently green on the Central Coast, and the range is ready to support. While the countdown continues, let's take a moment to learn a bit more about Clarity 1, an Earth imaging satellite launching on today's rideshare mission on behalf of Albedo.
In a rapidly changing world, yesterday's solutions won't solve today's problems. At Albedo, we believe space is more than a frontier to explore. It's a powerful tool to tackle Earth's most pressing issues. Our exquisite imagery gives industry leaders the details that matter, enabling them to see with clarity and act with certainty. Our satellite, Clarity, is the first commercial satellite designed for very low Earth orbit. What previously required aircraft, drones, or billion-dollar government satellites, Clarity will do from VLEO. At Albedo, we're changing the bigger picture, one detail at a time.
Now, another payload we have launching on today's rideshare mission is Space IT, which is a commercial high-resolution imaging satellite owned and operated by the Korean satellite manufacturer Satrec Initiative.
Satrec Initiative actually developed the Razaksat imaging satellite, which launched way back in 2009 on SpaceX's Falcon 1 rocket. That was the fifth and final flight of Falcon 1. Here's a little more on Space IT.
Now let's take a moment to meet today's vehicle on the pad, SpaceX's Falcon 9. The Falcon 9 rocket supporting today's mission is a two-stage rocket designed for reliable and safe transportation of satellites, cargo, and people. Starting from the very top of the rocket, we have the payload fairing. That fairing is a protective shell that houses all of the payloads, shielding them from aerodynamic heating until the vehicle is outside of the Earth's atmosphere.
The aerodynamic shape of the fairing also contributes to Falcon 9's overall efficiency, helping to reduce drag while the vehicle accelerates through the atmosphere. Once in space, the two fairing halves separate and fall back to Earth, where they will be recovered by our recovery vessel, Go Beyond, to be refurbished and reused on future flights. Both halves of this fairing are flight-proven, with one side flying for its 11th time today, and the other for its 8th time.
And within those payload fairings is today's payload stack, which was encapsulated just a few days ago, and there's a photo of them right there on your screen. Now, right below the fairing, we have our second stage, which houses our single Merlin vacuum engine, or MVAC engine, which will take our payloads to their sun-synchronous orbit for drop-off. And below the second stage is the black carbon fiber inner stage, where the MVAC engine is located.
The inner stage connects the two stages and houses the center pusher that allows the first and second stage to separate during flight. Coming up, the truss structure next to the vehicle, known as the strong back, will start to retract.
Stage 1 RP1 load is complete.
Good call out. In preparation for retraction, the clamps around the second stage will slowly start to open, and then the strong back will recline away from the vehicle. Below that, we have the first stage, which we usually refer to as the booster. The first stage makes up the bottom two-thirds of the vehicle and has 9 Merlin M1D engines at the bottom. Those 9 Merlin engines generate more than 1.7 million pounds of thrust. The first stage supporting today's mission will be making its 13th flight today.
Now, about 2.5 minutes into flight, the first stage will separate and make its way back to Earth and attempt a land-based landing at Landing Zone 4, which is there on your screen, not too far from the launch pad. Now, because this is a return to launch site landing, during re-entry, when the booster slows down from moving at supersonic speeds, people in the immediate area around Vandenberg may hear a brief double clap of a thunder-like sound, which is referred to as a sonic boom. Now, reusability is a key to our future in space, and the sonic booms created by returning boosters are unique to reusable vehicles.
Similar sonic booms were heard during the return and landing of NASA's space shuttle, and famously occur following a Falcon Heavy launch, when two boosters return at the same time to the launch site in Cape Canaveral, creating a unique double sonic boom.
Falcon 9 tanks are pressurizing for strong back retract.
Good call out. While these sonic booms have become well known to rocket enthusiasts at the Cape, they are becoming more well known on the Central Coast and Texas, where our Starship vehicle's Super Heavy booster returns to the launch tower. To get an idea of how this looks and sounds, here's a look at what some of these booster returns have been like on a few previous missions.
I know a lot of people will be excited when they hear the sonic boom.
And these are going to provide quite a show because you're going to hear those sonic booms.
Booster landing leg deployed.
That sonic boom is great for us.
That thunderclap broke the sound barrier.
Side booster separation confirmed.
Just heard the two sonic booms here in the room.
Booster landing confirmed.
As you might have heard during that video, the strong back retract started, and it's actually already completed. So at T-minus 3 minutes and 24 seconds, we are currently a go for an on-time liftoff.
Now, in addition to helping drive down the cost of access to space by flying reusable vehicles, SpaceX's dedicated rideshare flights to sun-synchronous orbit provide small satellite operators with competitive pricing, increased flight opportunities, and flexibility. And as the demand for rideshare missions continues to rise, our rideshare program was expanded to accommodate even more small sats looking for rides to orbit.
Falcon 9 launched its
Stage 1
second...
LOX load is complete.
Good stuff. Falcon 9 launched its second bandwagon mission last year, Bandwagon 2, a separate line of rideshare missions to deliver spacecraft to mid-inclination orbit rather than to Transporter's sun-synchronous orbit. Mid-inclined orbits are appealing to a growing number of customers, especially to remote sensing companies that want to strengthen their coverage over areas like parts of Asia and the Middle East.
Now, rideshare significantly increases access to space for small satellite operators around the world, and we're excited to be able to offer these launch opportunities for our customers. For more info on those opportunities, visit spacex.com/launches.
All right, now we are waiting for the second stage LOX load to complete. Once that's finished, then Falcon 9 will be loaded up and ready to go with 1 million pounds of rocket-grade kerosene and liquid oxygen.
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
Sounds good, we're ready to go. As you may have noticed, there are white clouds forming around the vehicle. Those clouds are made up of the chilled gas above the LOX tank that is vented overboard to maintain pressure in the tank as needed. When the vented oxygen mixed with the warmer air outside,
gas closeouts.
it condenses into clouds.
Now, at the T-1 minute mark, Falcon 9 will be in startup, and that'll mean that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers will have taken over the launch countdown. And then at the T-45 second mark, the launch director will give the final go, no-go for tonight's launch. We should be hearing that call out for Falcon 9 startup in just a few moments from now.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
And great call out there for Falcon 9 startup. We're just waiting for the launch director to give the final go for tonight's mission.
LD is go for launch.
And there's that final go for tonight's launch. So let's listen in to the launch of Transporter-13.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go Transporter-13.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal. Vehicle is pitching downrange.
At T plus 30 seconds into flight, Falcon 9 has successfully cleared the tower and lifted off from Space Launch Complex 4 East at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. Now we're currently throttling down to prepare for max Q, which is the point of maximum aerodynamic stresses on the vehicle. Max Q is reached
Power
when
and telemetry nominal.
Good call out there. Max Q is reached when the air density of the atmosphere decreases faster than the increasing speed of the rocket. We should be hearing that call out for
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
Another good call out there. We should be hearing that call out for max Q in just a few moments from now.
Max Q.
And there we've just passed through max Q. Now we have several events coming up in quick succession. First is MECO, or main engine cutoff, where all 9 Merlin engines shut down in preparation for stage separation, which is where the first stage separates from the second stage. Next, the MVAC engine.
MVAC chill.
The MVAC engine on the second stage will light, which you will hear called out as Second Engine Start 1 or SES1. Then the first stage boost back burn will place the booster on a trajectory to head back to Earth towards landing zone 4. So keep an eye out for these events happening back to back. It will be quick. We're about 15 seconds away from main engine cutoff.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
And back ignition.
Stage 1 boost back startup.
And there you heard and saw those 5 events that happened back to back, including main engine cutoff, followed by stage separation. Then we had the stage 1 flip, and following that was the second engine start 1 and the start of the boost back burn on the first stage. Coming up next will be fairing separation in just about 20 seconds from now.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And great call out there confirming fairing separation.
So the boost back burn is ongoing, and that's used to slow the forward velocity and return the first stage back towards the landing site, which is LZ4 today. As a reminder, those fairing halves will make their way back to Earth for recovery.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
That's boost back shutdown.
Now, the next major milestone coming up is entry burn on our Falcon 9 first stage, which is scheduled to occur at around the T+6 minute mark.
We're currently in our first MVAC burn, and this burn should last for another few minutes. As I mentioned, the next milestone will be the first stage entry burn coming up in a few minutes. Today, Falcon 9 is performing 2 burns in order to land.
Now, the first burn, known as the entry burn, slows the vehicle down before hitting the denser parts of the Earth's atmosphere. Today's entry burn will be a single-engine entry burn where only E9, the center engine, will relight. And without this burn, we'd only be using the atmospheric drag to slow down Falcon 9, which would add extra stress to the vehicle.
Following entry burn, the booster will initiate the landing burn, which should slow the vehicle down even more for a successful land landing.
Now, reusability is key to lowering the cost of spaceflight, which enables more investments in critical space infrastructure. The Falcon 9 first stage that is supporting today's mission will be performing this entry burn for the 13th time tonight. This booster previously supported NASA Crew 7, CRS-29, PACE, Transporter-13, EarthCARE, NROL-186, and 6
Both
unique
vehicles are on nominal trajectories.
and 6 Starlink missions, and we had a good call out there for good trajectories of both vehicles. Now, the payload fairings for this mission are also flight proven, with one half flying for its 11th time and the other half flying for its 8th. Now, as a reminder, we should be hearing that call out for entry burn startup of the Falcon 9 first stage in just about 15 seconds from now.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And good call out there for entry burn startup of the Falcon 9 first stage. This burn will last for about 15 seconds, and as a reminder, is on the left-hand side of your screen.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
And good call out there for entry burn shutdown. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we will be attempting to recover this booster for its 13th time today, and we're targeting a land-based landing at Vandenberg's LZ4.
Stage 1 FTS has safed.
Good call out there. Now, today's landing burn attempt will be a 3-engine landing burn, where engines 1, 5, and 9 will relight to really quickly slow the vehicle down before touchdown. We should be hearing that call out for landing burn startup in just about 15 seconds from now.
Stage 1 transonic. Stage 1 landing burn.
And there you heard that call out for the landing burn start on the Falcon 9 first stage. This is the final burn that this booster will see before touching down on LZ-4.
Landing light deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And as you saw and probably heard, we had a successful first stage landing at Landing Zone 4, marking the 13th landing for this specific
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
And we had a good call out there. Now next up, we're expecting shutdown of the second stage MVAC engine in just about 20 seconds from now.
MVAC shut down.
Stage 2 FTS is safe.
And we heard that good call out for SECO 1. We're just waiting for confirmation of good orbit.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And great call out there for nominal orbital insertion. Now coming up next, we have the second burn of our MVAC engine on board the second stage, or SES-2, at around the T plus 51 minute mark.
After that, the first batch of deployments will begin at about T plus 54 minutes. We'll be back in about 40 minutes to bring you live coverage of SES-2. Until then, enjoy the space views, and we'll see you soon.
technology caught up to them.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the Transporter-13 mission. It's been a great launch and overall mission so far.
That's right, Tyler. We had an on-time liftoff at 11:43 p.m. Pacific time. We recovered the first stage, also called the booster, for its 13th time at Vandenberg's Landing Zone 4, and we had a successful first burn of the MVAC engine on our second stage.
We're expecting the second ignition of our Merlin vacuum, or MVAC engine, here shortly. SpaceX's transporter flights are rideshare missions that launch multiple small satellites into orbit using a single Falcon 9 rocket. The transporter program is intended to make access to space more affordable for small satellite operators. Now we're just waiting for SCS-2, which we're looking forward to in a few seconds from now.
Nominal orbit insertion.
There's confirmation of good orbit.
And with that burn complete, we are on track to start our first wave of payload deployments in just under 2 minutes from now.
If you're just joining us, Falcon 9 successfully lifted off from Complex 4 East at Vandenberg Space Force Base at 11:43 p.m. Pacific Time. The booster then separated from our payload stack on the second stage and made its way back to Vandenberg, where it successfully landed at LZ-4. Following a 40-minute coast phase, we're now looking forward to our first batch of payload deployments.
Now, as a reminder, we are sending 74 payloads to sun-synchronous orbit on today's flight, and those include CubeSats, microsats, hosted payloads, a re-entry capsule, and an orbital transfer vehicle carrying 11 of those payloads, which will be deployed at a later time. Now, as a reminder, there will be a total of 47 separate deployment events today, and for this first batch, we're expecting 25 separate deployment events. Each of these will individually separate from Falcon 9 second stage, one right after the other, and we should be hearing callouts as those payloads are deployed. Additionally, we're expecting to have live views for most of these deployments.
This first deployment sequence will conclude with Space IT and Clarity 1, two payloads that we highlighted earlier in our show. Space IT is a commercial high-resolution imaging satellite owned and operated by the Korean satellite manufacturer Satrec Initiative. Clarity 1, an Earth imaging satellite launching on today's rideshare mission on behalf of Albedo. As mentioned earlier, Satrec Initiative actually developed the Razaksat imaging satellite, which launched all the way back in 2009 on SpaceX's Falcon 1 rocket. We're about 30 seconds away from the start of deployments.
Payload Neela, separation confirmed. Tevel 2, 7 through 9, separation confirmed. Orb Astro TR5, separation confirmed. IOD1, Startical, separation confirmed. Almantha, separation confirmed. NewSat 1, JinjuSat 1B, separation confirmed. BotSat 1, separation confirmed. Tomorrow S5, separation confirmed. Rogue OTP-2, separation confirmed. Level 2, 1 through 3, separation confirmed.
And as you've been listening in, you've heard the first 10 of these deployment events happening during our Transporter-13 mission.
Level 2, 4 through 6, separation confirmed. Route set, separation confirmed. Aerocube 18A, separation confirmed. Aerocube 18B, separation confirmed. Orca 2B, separation confirmed. Lizzie Sat 3, separation confirmed. Sphinx, separation confirmed. Droid 002, separation confirmed. Tomorrow S6, separation confirmed. M-Cell, separation confirmed.
That brings us to 20 out of 25 deployments so far.
Vard is W3, separation confirmed. Ion SCV, Marvelous Mateus, separation confirmed.
In just about 20 seconds, we should be hearing the call out for one more payload, and then we'll be taking a short break afterwards.
TD separation confirmed.
And great call outs so far for those payload deployments. We've currently deployed 23 separate events. Now we've got just around 4 minutes until the next 2 and final payloads for this deployment sequence. So we'll be taking a short break. So until then, sit back and enjoy some more Space Jams. Coming up in just a few moments from now, we should hear that call out for Space IT deploy. Now, as a reminder, Space IT is a commercial high-resolution imaging satellite owned and operated by the Korean satellite manufacturer Satrec Initiative.
Space IT, separation confirmed.
Now, coming up about 30 seconds from now, we should hear that call out for Clarity 1 deploy. Now, as a reminder, Clarity 1 is an Earth imaging satellite launching on today's rideshare mission on behalf of Albedo.
Clarity 1, separation confirmed.
And fantastic call out there. So with the call out for Clarity 1 being deployed, that'll bring us to the close of our first deployment sequence. Now, as a reminder, this was 25 out of 47 deployments.
Next up, we are going to coast until the third MVAC relight, or SES-3, which should occur at about T+1 hour and 42 minutes. Until then, enjoy the space views and the space jams.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the Transporter-13 mission. Now, if you're just joining us, we're continuing to have a great mission tonight. Just to recap, we had an on-time liftoff at 11:43 p.m. Pacific time, recovered our Falcon 9 booster at Landing Zone 4 at Vandenberg for its 13th landing, and we've completed 2 separate second-stage burns.
We also saw the first deployment sequence of 25 payloads, and we now have 22 more to go with our second deploy sequence. Coming up shortly is the second relight of our MVAC engine for a roughly 1-second burn.
Now we should be hearing that call out for SES-3 in just about 20 seconds from now.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And there we've got confirmation of good orbit following our third burn of the MVAC engine on the Falcon 9 second stage. And with that call out, we're now going to take one more break before the final second stage engine burn, followed by the second batch of payload deployments, beginning at about the T plus 2 hours and 17-minute mark.
We'll come back just before the fourth relight of the MVAC engine, which is about 30 minutes from now, and about 3 minutes before the next deployment sequence. Enjoy some more Space Jams, and we'll see you then.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our live coverage of the Transporter-13 mission. We're currently just about a minute away from the third and final relight of our MVAC engine on the Falcon 9
Nominal orbit insertion.
And good call out there for nominal orbital insertion. Now our final payload deployment sequence should begin in just under 3 minutes from now.
As a reminder, today we are delivering 74 payloads across 47 deployments tonight. We've already deployed the first batch of 25, and now we've got 22 left to go. In case you're just tuning in, we had an on-time liftoff at 11:43 p.m. Pacific time and recovered our Falcon 9 booster at Landing Zone 4 for its 13th landing. After the first batch of payload deployments, the second stage had its third successful ignition, and we just saw that fourth MVAC ignition and cut off. So now we're standing by for the next series of payload deployments.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, a full list of the payloads on tonight's mission is available at spacex.com/launches. And in case you're not familiar, our transporter missions are dedicated rideshare flights to a sun-synchronous orbit. And SpaceX's rideshare program was expanded to accommodate even more smallsats looking for rides. Falcon 9 has already previously launched its first 2 bandwagon missions, which is a separate line of rideshare missions that will deliver spacecraft to mid-inclination orbit rather than the transporter's sun-synchronous orbit.
Now, as a reminder, we've got 22 unique deployment events that'll begin in about a minute and a half from now. These will individually separate from Falcon 9's second stage, one right after the other, and we should hear those callouts for these over the nets as they're deployed. We are expecting to have live views for the second set of deployments.
Lemur to Balto, deploy confirmed. SOAP, deploy confirmed. Lemur to Morache Fran, deploy confirmed. Pandora, deploy confirmed. Lemur to the Falconer, deploy confirmed. Lemur to Emerson Rose, deploy confirmed. UVSQ SAT NG, deploy confirmed. Hybrid, deploy confirmed. Easy A, deploy confirmed. Easy B, deploy confirmed. Lemur to Leah Martin, deploy confirmed. Buccaneer Main, deploy confirmed. EZC deploy confirmed. Lemur to Deloitte 1 deploy confirmed. ISI 1 deploy confirmed. RVACR 1 deploy confirmed. Lemur to Leah Phillip deploy confirmed. ISI 2 deploy confirmed. FireSat 0 deploy confirmed. YAM 8 deploy confirmed. ISI 4 deploy confirmed. ISI 3 deploy confirmed.
And that brings us to the end of our second deployment sequence. With that confirmation, we've successfully deployed all Transporter-13 payloads.
What a night. We'd like to thank all of our rideshare customers for entrusting us with their spacecraft today. Now, just to recap, that was 74 payloads across 47 unique deployment events.
We also want to say thank you to the Range and Federal Aviation Administration for their support, and to you, our viewers.
Now, as a reminder, this launch marks our 15th rideshare program launch, including both transporter and bandwagon missions. To date, SpaceX has launched more than 1,200 payloads to orbit for more than 130 customers across our entire rideshare program.
A full listing of today's payloads can be found over at spacex.com/launches. And for more launch coverage, be sure to check out that same site for the most up-to-date information, or follow us at SpaceX on X. And once again, a very happy 23rd anniversary of the founding of SpaceX.
We also hope you had a wonderful Pi Day, and with that, we'll be bringing our webcast to an end. Unlike the number pi, which goes on and on and on forever and ever and ever and ever.
Thanks again for joining us.